Well, according to this, it is 11:55 a.m. where I'm at in Wilbur, Washington. Just trying to get everything set up here to do this live drawing today. I don't know if we had anyone that popped in on us here. Maybe we will here. I'm going to really start this off at 12 o'clock Pacific time. You can see my empty seat here. I had anticipated having my partner in travel with me, but over the last couple of days, she has kind of been a little bit sick, and even a little bit more this morning, that we have actually already taken her to the doctor this morning to be seen. So she is not feeling that well. So I'm going to have to do this myself, which this would have been our first, and it is my first of going live. Everything that we do on video is, I consider it to be raw video, in that I do not do a lot of editing. And doing a lot of editing, any of you that have done that knows that that is a job. I'm not looking for a second job. We want to keep this travel and where we are and what we do within this group, and our communication with the people in this group. We want to keep it fun for everyone, and I especially want to keep it fun for Lisa and I. Hope this camera's big enough to get this big old face here. A small screen. I'm using my laptop versus my phone. I didn't want to have to sit here and hold a phone extension out here the whole time while I'm going through this. So I do see we've had one to join. It may be my wife. I'm not sure from the back. I'm trying to stay away from her. I feel okay and would kind of like to continue staying that way. But we're still a couple of minutes away from getting started. So I had announced I was going to log in about 5 minutes early to make sure everything was going and working, and everything was working well. And so far it is. And it is 12 o'clock somewhere, so you can see I have my RV group, one of the tumblers, stainless steel tumblers, getting empty. I had it full of Crown Royal and water to make this camera appearance easier, I guess, for myself. And obviously I am empty, so I'll have to refill that when we get finished here today. I am recording this from the GoPro as well, just in case something messes up and we are not live, even though that I think we are. I will be able to post it on the group as well as this channel. I do see that we've had one that has popped in here. Hello, Sharon. Good to see that you're in here. Certainly appreciate it. I know that y'all are wearing it out traveling, as the rest of us are, and trying to stay away from the COVID, and trying to keep from catching it, trying to keep from giving it, but yet still trying to enjoy this summer as the rest of us are. So we've got about 1 more minute before I get started here. And I don't know that I could do a talk show as much as I like to talk. I've about run out of things to say, and we just started about 4 minutes ago. So we'll give it the other minute here to get started at 12, and I will get started. Seems like we're only going to have one to watch unless someone else joins us here. Again, you can see my empty seat here. Lisa's been under the weather the last couple of days, and a little more today, that we have already taken her. I'll repeat again, we're already taken her to the doctor this morning to get checked out. So when we came back, she's back on bed rest. So I had told her to just go on to the back and I would handle this, because she really didn't feel like doing it anyway today, and the issues and all that she's been having. So we will leave that at there, and it is 12 o'clock, so I will go ahead and get started and not take a lot of your time. I want to thank everyone that participates in the social media sites of my RV group. This is a group that I started back in 2018, or Lisa and I did, when we were following several groups, and everything we were following wasn't as much as what we were looking. I'm trying to read the messages here as they come in too. The other place says waiting for my RV group. So I don't know. I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that we're broadcasting. If we are, we are. If we're not, I apologize. It will go out on another media because I am recording it behind us here with the GoPro. I will get it there. So I am hoping that we are going out. And according to the streaming, we've been live for 5 minutes and 52 seconds. So I'm going to continue. But what I set out to do and what we were looking for, and as we, had been owners of a coach in the past for a number of years, actually the one we have today is our third one. We had started out with an older Tiffin Allegro bus, 40 foot, that we pretty much just stayed around the house and done our travels. And so staying around the house, I felt comfortable in it. It had been remodeled. The inside looked brand new, and everything was just great until we started wanting to venture off more from our home base. And so Lisa and I talked about it. We were not full-time at that time. And in 2017, we were thinking it was going to be 5 or 6 years before we got to go full-time, maybe even 7 years. We wasn't sure in 2017. So we started looking for a newer coach. Certainly I wanted a diesel pusher if I could find one. That one was affordable and appeared to be in good shape, etc. But because we had redone the 1999 model we had, the inside was immaculate, and everything we was finding used, our old one actually looked better. So we made a decision in 17 thinking that it would be 5, 6, 7 years before we went full time, that we would just purchase a new motorhome. And we decided after driving some that because we were still part-time, we would buy a 2017 gas model. And that's what we done. We drove it, we liked it, we loved it. Just what we purchased, which was a 2017 Thor Challenger 37 YT. The floor plan we liked. Once we found that, that's what we started searching for. We lived in Alabama at the time, and we ended up purchasing it out of Florida. And we sold ours ourselves. We didn't trade it. We sold ours ourselves, and we purchased the 17 and brought it back to Alabama. And right out of the gate in getting it back, I'll tell you my bumbling story. I guess too much testosterone. I thought I could back it into the new shop that we had. And I didn't need a spotter. So Lisa was in the house, and I started backing that new motorhome. We just got home into the shop, and next thing I know, kabam. I had backed into a set of chest of drawers that was sitting on the side of the shop that I did not see in the mirror, could not see in the backup camera. So I learned my lesson from trying to back the motorhome in a tight space at that time. Time rolled on. We traveled, coming back and forth to Alabama, and things just happened. Things happened to where we were able to go full-time a lot sooner than we had anticipated. Company I had represented for about 24 years had an opening that opened up. One of their manufacturer's reps firms was retiring, and he was a one-man firm. And so I had worked with my manufacturer, and we came up and we created this rep firm, which would allow me to go full-time where we really wanted to travel, which was the southwestern part of the U.S., because we'd seen a lot of the East. And so I took on October of last year, opened that firm, been going there strong ever since the COVID hit. And, COVID is what it is. A lot of stuff shut down, a lot of things slowed down, and so has my business. But Lisa and I are fine. We're great. Lisa had been a manager, the director of surgical services at the hospital there where we lived, and we went full time in that 17th OR in August of last year. We are almost 1 year into this, and we stayed there in Lake Guntersville, Alabama. Lisa went back and forth to the hospital, and I done what I did from there. As long as I can get to an airport and travel, or a rental car, if one of our vehicles are not available, I can do what I do, and of course the internet. So that rocked along a little bit, and we started this travel. We left out January the 1st, 2020, full time. Lisa didn't have an assignment yet as a travel nurse. She had turned her notice in. The end of December was her last day, and she was working with the companies to get a travel contract. But we left January the 1st, not knowing where we were going, and really didn't care. We were just going. And we ended up in Tucson, Arizona, and stayed there for about 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks, until Lisa got her first contract back in Texas, which we had already established Texas as our residency. Anyway, Texas is one of the states that allows for virtual addresses. We use a mail service through Escapees Club. Not advertising for them. It just is what it is, and it works great. So we did the first contract, started it, COVID hit, no surgeries happening. So they ended up canceling that contract, and we ended up with her second contract. She dictates where we go, if you hadn't figured this out yet. We ended up with a second contract up in the Grand Coulee area of Washington State. They were not a compact state. Lisa was working on a compact license, so she had to get state of Washington nursing license. We did that. She'd already had one in Texas, and of course, us being from Alabama, she had that one. And Alabama just became a compact state January the 1st. So the ability to apply for the compact license has just been recent. So we are today, we've been here since March. We are up in the northeast part of Washington State, in the Grand Coulee area, which is west of Spokane, on the east side of Washington. And we have toured this a lot. If you follow our YouTube channel and the videos we've posted, and moreover our Facebook group, we post a lot of places where we go and try to hike and show pictures, as we ask you to do, where we can see places that we want to go. So that being said, prior to us coming up here, I had already started putting pressure on Lisa to let me go back to the diesel pusher. I felt it was more conducive for full-time living, and that we needed a higher end coach than what we had. So after a lot of pressure, I'm going to say I had a very short window to make this happen. And so we ended up purchasing the coach we have now, which is an Integra Aspire. It's a 45-foot Integra Aspire. I found it in Colorado. And I told the sales rep when we were talking, I said, look, I have a short window here. She's agreed to this, so we got to get this done if it's going to happen. So we made it happen prior to us coming up here. We had to fly in from different directions and meet in Colorado. Or I drove up, she flew in from a different direction because of work, and we made that happen. And then we ended up, we drove it back to Texas, and then we ended up here in Washington State. We are on our last week. We actually leave out next Friday. I believe it's Friday's the 7th. We're going to leave out the morning of the 7th. And we posted on my RV group, on the Facebook group page, our route and what we're doing. I'm a planner, so I already have reservations down the Pacific Coast Highway from Oregon down through California and Lake Havasu and on back into Texas. Lisa flies off to do a beach trip, and then we end back up, meeting back up again in Alabama before we take off. And we will kind of be in the Southeast until the 1st of October. And right now we don't know where we're going. So that's kind of our plans over the next month or two. But anyway, long story short, a little too late to make that happen. I see I'm 10 minutes into my 12 o'clock, and I told you I wasn't going to take a lot of time. What I have done is we had our contest for the month of July, as everyone knows, for the WineGuard Wi-Fi extender. And the rules were that I would be the judge, and I would go through and look at the analytics of the Facebook group and anything I could see on the YouTube channel as far as subscription, watching, etc. Certainly ask everyone to like our page. Certainly ask everyone to subscribe to our YouTube page. We're doing this. I want to share more and more of what we're doing and more of what you're doing. I enjoy watching more than I do creating them. Feel like I'm going to sneeze here. If I do, excuse me. I don't know how to turn the mic off. I'll be watching here for a second. But anyway, I do get what I have found. I get a lot more analytical information from Facebook than I have found on YouTube. And I'm new to all of this. So, in the best judgment that I have found and what I could see, I came up with the top 10 people that participated in our social media events. I have taken our card that Lisa and I travel with, and I give out with people I meet from gas stations to RV parks to wherever. I have taken those and I have written names of the top 10 people, participants in our group for the month of July. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to draw 10 names. I want not only someone to win the Wi-Fi extender, but in case that they decline, don't reach out to me with an address to ship it to. I'm not going to go back through this again. I am going to draw 10 names in a row. The first one will be the winner of that, and the second one, and so forth. So when I reach out and I announce the winner of the first one, I'm going to give them 48 hours to notice that and respond back to me with an address to ship this to. I'm also going to reserve the right, because unless you do this real quick where I can ship it before Friday, it may take me 2 to 3 weeks to get this shipped out due to the fact we leave next Friday. But if after we announce the winner today, and I put it on our Facebook group and every way I can get it out for people to know it and message them, if you respond back to me and give me an address to ship it, my goal is to get this thing out tomorrow, being Monday. So no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start that. But the first thing I want to do is announce, even though I put it on our Facebook group, I'm always promoting our group and other groups that I am a member of that will either allow me to do it or sneak one in. And I say sneak one in, I don't mean to do anything against anyone's rules, because we're pretty strict on ours. There's not many. But the one thing I can say that we're not doing, one, we will never ask you to pay for anything here. Lisa and I have no desire to come up and get enough people on our YouTube channel to where we can monetize it. I don't want you watching ads to see what we're doing. And I will never create a Patreon page and ask you to donate for us to travel. I'm not knocking anyone that has created a business of travel. I'm not knocking anyone that has used these social sites to create a business, and anyone that decides to become a Patreon member of theirs because they like their content so much and to have additional access to them, they are willing to pay for that. I won't knock capitalism in any way, shape, form, or fashion. That is the American way. I'm just saying that's not how Lisa and I are looking to fund our travel or do what we do. We both have jobs. We have one. I don't want two, and I know she don't want a second one. So she will continue to be a nurse. I will continue to be a rep firm and represent my manufacturers well. So what I have done, I had posted this, but where I was going with this, on another site that does allow you to post about and boast your other sites, I posted over the last few days about our drawing and what we were doing. And in trying to bring more like-minded people to our channel. So that's why I made a decision this morning to do this on YouTube versus Facebook Live, is because they could log in to Facebook Live and see it, maybe then make a decision if they was like-minded in what we're doing and wanted to join that Facebook group and or subscribe and like our channel here. So that's why I kind of moved it off the Facebook platform, even though I will do the link on Facebook when we get through. We are recording it on the GoPro behind the laptop here. But I'm going to announce the 10 people that was the participants in this initial drawing. I also told the people on the other group I was going to give away a few more items in addition to this drawing in order to try to entice people. So after this, I do have a few other things that I'm going to do. And if people respond, I will do in kind what I said I would do. But I do not have these cards in any kind of order, even though I posted them on Facebook, number 1 to number 10. I'm going to read those names again. And I am reading these because I am thanking you for being a participant on our group. It makes it so much easier. And I honestly believe out of 2,200 people, no one here always wants Brad Cox to be the moderator and start a conversation every day or attempt to start a conversation every day. We all have so many great ideas. We all are in places that we all would love to see. So I encourage you. I wouldn't care if I never had to start another conversation. I'm not that camera savvy, and you can look at this. It is a face for radio. So that being said, these are not in order. Lee Holder, thank you. And Tobias, not sure how that's pronounced. I apologize if it's wrong. Tina Fleming, thank you. Dennis West. Dennis, you and I haven't met, but we talk a lot, even privately. We talk a lot. I consider you a great friend. Jeffrey Locke, thank you. Greg Gibbs, you and I have met. We're both from Alabama. We do a lot. You're a good friend. Chris Reed, thank you. Mackie Williams, hey, good. We respond a lot back and forth on YouTube. Everyone here I can't wait to meet one day. Lynn Johnson, got to disclose, she's a first cousin by marriage, but she is a very high participant in our group. Linda Martin Schofield, I do know you were number 1. I can't remember the other ones. This is the redhead and the preacher. They have a YouTube channel, and she posts a lot of their travels. And I love to see it when she posts their travels on our site as well here. One, it gives them more exposure. It gives us an additional content. There's no competition here in travel. We all are looking for places to go. I know we are, and I know you are too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw these out and name them, stirring them up, and it's just going to be 1 through 10. I will put this out, and everyone in that order. The first one will have 24 hours. If I don't hear anything, I'm sorry. I can't remember if I said I was going to give 24 hours or 48. I'm going to give 48. I'm going to give 2 days to give some, because everyone doesn't stay on social media maybe as much as I do or others. But after 48 hours, I'm going to go to number 2 and so forth to be able to try to ship this thing to someone that can use it. As I stated at the beginning of July, this item is brand new. It has never been used, although I have owned it for over a year. One, I'm going to tell you, I cannot guarantee that it works. I've never plugged it up. I can tell you that it has no monetary value other than the value it brings to you by it working. So that being said, that's the only rules I can remember. Trying to do it right, I have no intention, especially of paying to ship somebody something that don't work, but I'm not going to get it out, read the instructions, learn it, and hook it up. But it is a brand new item in a brand new box. So here we go. Here is our pick for the first one. And Tobias. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but you are the winner of the Wi-Fi extender, WineGuard Wi-Fi extender, you are the number one pick. Congratulations. Our second one, Lynn Johnson. Tell Gary I said hello. You are number two. Number three, Linda Martin Schofield. You are number three. Chris Reed, you were number four. Lee Holder, you were number five. Dennis West, you were number six. Mackie Williams Haygood, you were number seven. Greg Gibbs, you were number eight. Jeffrey Locke, you were number nine. Don't anyone leave me yet. I've got some other stuff to give away. Tina Fleming, you were number 10. I'm going to keep these in order where I can log it down. I will do some posting here in a little bit on the Facebook group of the order of that. Now, in case we have anyone that is not a member of our Facebook group or was not part of our 10 there, as you all know, we have promotional items that Lisa and I give away. Since inception of this group, we have given a little care package of something away to everyone that was the 100th. And here's another one. I don't have any of these in stock right now, but that is one I'm actually drinking out of. But Elwin, we have the bags. Got a lot of comments on the bags to begin with. But anyway, what I will do here now, everyone has a pen, or you can go back and rewatch the video. I don't know if live events are can be watched again, or I have to post the video that's being recorded. One of the two is going to happen, so it will be there. But what I will do, my email address for the RV group is brad.cox. That's brad.cox at myrvgroup.com. The first 10 people that I have not already sent an item to, where it be one you have won or one in conversation we have had that I sent you one. The first 10 people, regardless if you're a member of our site or not a member or not a subscriber that is hearing this message, the first 10 that sends an email to that email address, brad.cox, brad.cox at myrvgroup.com. The first 10, I will send one of these items along with this stainless and plastic water bottle. It will either be a cup and a water bottle, a tumbler and a water bottle, or a bag and a water bottle. I choose. I have no issues with you telling me what you prefer, as long as I have them in this coach. We are traveling starting this coming up Friday, and we will be on the road for about 3 weeks before I could ever receive a package from where I order the stuff from or be able to pick it up. So I'm limited it to 10 right now till we do another contest, because I do know I have a combination of all of that already here to where I can get it out. So again, anyone watching, where you are a member, where you subscribe, I don't care. If you will email me and you're one of the first 10, you will get 2 items from my RV group. One of them being a stainless steel and plastic water bottle, and one of them being one of these other items, or maybe whatever I look under. I choose. I have no problem with you just telling me which one you prefer. And if I can certainly accommodate that, I will. I will always accommodate anyone when it is possible. Kind of in closing here, and I will get off of here, about a month or so ago, as we come out with these promotional items that I give away to or Lisa and I give away to every 100th member, different things come up, or I want something and I want our logo on it. So I create it, I order it for Lisa and I to use as we are going around, and I give them away everywhere from rest areas to gas stations to just conversations I have with people on our social media. And here in Wilbur, I've given several sets away to people that has come and gone in the RV park here where we are at the moment. But I had made a decision because people, as I usually shown something new, people would come up, how can we get one of those? How can we get one of those? Well, I would love to turn around and tell everyone, all 2,213 or 14 members, I'm going to send you this care package on everyone that comes in. Unfortunately, I can't afford to do that. So because I had a lot of outreach, I did put on our website on the www.myrvgroup.com, I did put a product section, and I kind of put it under protest in my own mind, because it is not my intentions or our intention to ever ask you for a dime for anything. I left that up 30 days, and it bothered me every day it was on that website, to the extent a few days ago I took it down, and it's going to stay down. I will use our promotional items as giveaways. I will use them for people coming in and people we meet, but in good faith in what we have done from the get-go and our intentions in starting this group, it is a travel channel. We want to see where people are going. We want to see where people have been, and we want that feedback. Another one of the reasons is everything, all the other groups I was looking on, most of them were about repairs to their coach. We all know if you've owned one for any length of time, problems arise. And everything from a poop pyramid to a slide not working. I've had those issues as well, that I've had to seek advice. I wasn't wanting to create another problem solving, although we do have questions that come up from time to time. And out of 2,000 and something members, we have someone generally that knows the answer to those questions. And I gladly see that posted. I just want to keep us more on the travel side, locations, points of interest, things like that is where I want to see us to continue to go. And I will keep that point guided in that direction the best that I can. Well, we're 28 minutes. We're almost 30. We've been on the air 35. I come online at 5 till. So I'm going to shut it down now. Congratulations to the ones the one that won that today. I'm going to put it out on our Facebook group because that's where I have the most contact with the most people that are involved with us. And I will get that shipped out. Like I said, 48 hours for each one, up to 10. After that, I'll discard it if no one wants it. But anyway, everyone have a great Sunday afternoon wherever you are. Happy camping. And pray for us, please. We need it. Bye.